Hey Bulldogs, let's see what's happening this week on Cold Blue Now. Starting us off, Lori Diaz explores the parent group here at HMHS. Then, Tashayla enlightens us about the awareness of sports injuries. And finally, Lorelai gives us an inside look at a student's special achievement at HMHS. Now, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. Bulldogs, I'm Emma Tran here with Carmen Sotley, and welcome back to another episode of Cold Blue Now.
3, 2, 1, 0.
It's the last full week before the midterms start, and I'm starting to feel the pressure. I'm getting pretty anxious about studying.
Me too. I haven't mentally prepared for my midterms yet, but I'm hopeful that I'll still do well if I put in the effort.
I plan to spend my entire weekend cramming as much studying as possible before the exams begin. I just need to get through this week.
Same here. Luckily though, my capstone presentation is almost wrapped up, so I will have some more time to focus on my studying.
For some people, a little escape to a fantasy world might just be what they need before diving into midterm madness.
I have the perfect solution. The public library is holding a Dungeons & Dragons game on January 18th from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. D&D is an adventure game where people can create a fantasy world. The ages range from 6 to 15.
That sounds like a blast. It's a perfect way for the whole group to escape and have some fun.
Exactly. It's a great chance for everyone to unwind and let their imaginations run wild. It sounds like a great group hangout.
Dungeons & Dragons aren't the only groups that gathered recently. CBN reporter Lori Diaz takes a closer look at one group.
This year, the HMHS parent group, consisting of dedicated parents and guardians, is seeking new changes while continuing to support the school in their own forms.
So they're kind of rebuilding the parent group this year. We have a lot of parents of seniors that are in the parent group, and we need to kind of bring in some parents of younger students and get them involved. The kids here at school benefit directly from everything that the parent group does. And when you're involved in the parent group, you have a say in how funds are spent and how we organize things, what events look like. So if you want, as a student, want your voice to be heard about how these things are managed, the best thing that you can do is get your parents involved in the parent group.
Well, we're hoping to find some parents who are willing to come up with some new ideas. Right now, I am the only person who is active on the boosters, so I would love to be able to find people who can share ideas, come up with fundraising, get more involved in the class. We would love to see some more dads get involved, especially with athletics. I think a lot of dads play a big part of their kids' athletic careers. So yeah, we would love to see some more dads.
Of what is contributed to this year?
So I think why it's so important is because there's only so much that everybody can do within these four walls, and our parent group allows to be able to add a little bit more to each piece. But we're always looking for subcommittees, we're always looking for help, we're looking for anybody in the community. They don't have to be a parent here at the school in order to be part of this. We have amazing community individuals that could be part of this. Any of our faculty could help and be part of this. Sometimes it's just maybe there's one event that's going on that they want to help with. We would love to have anybody be a part of all the great items that we do here.
As students continue to grow, the parent group does as well, helping out and finding new ways to improve the school and make it a better place for everyone. I'm Lori Diaz reporting for CBN, and back to you guys at the desk.
I love seeing our parent group be so involved in the school and our students' lives.
Me too, but they can never be as involved as our students.
You're so right. There are always so many opportunities available for students to participate in, and they always make it such a great time.
Well, there's another event coming up that is just as perfect as those other opportunities.
I think I know just what you're talking about, Emma. Are you interested in participating in this year's Culture Fest in February? If so, plan to attend a brief meeting after school on Tuesday, January 21st in room C213. See Miss McDonough if you have any questions.
I would love to participate in a culture fest this year. They always make it so interesting, but I don't think I have the time with my basketball schedule.
I almost forgot about that. When's your next home game? Maybe I'll pop out to a couple before the season ends.
I could tell you that myself, but I think there's someone else who's better for the job. Let's kick it over to Trey for our sports report.
Bulldogs, I'm Trey Cruz and welcome back to the Bulldog Sports Report. Kicking us off this week, after 11 long years, our Lady Bulldogs clinched a victory against Westport last Friday, beating them 42-31, and following that victory by beating South Shore Charter 53-12, and beating Wareham in dominating fashion, winning 39-11. And then followed that victory with a win yesterday, beating Atlantis Charter 57-12 to extend their winning streak to 7 games. And for our boys, they lost to Norwell on Tuesday, but followed that loss up with probably their best game of the season, beating school rival Avon 86-78 in an overtime thriller. Don't miss on these thrilling games, so pop out and support your Bulldogs as they face Millis on Monday at 1. And we are currently ranked the 22nd best team in their respective division. Well, that's all from me, Bulldogs. Back to you at the desk.
I always know I can count on you with our sports report, Trey. You always keep us up to date.
I think I might have enough time to pop out to a couple of games. I would love to be able to support our Bulldogs.
Don't try to fill your schedule too quickly now. There's something else that you might want to make a little time for. The town of Holbrook wants everyone's input on what changes to make to our open space. If you have something to suggest, make sure to fill out the open space and recreation survey by scanning the QR code on the flyers your teachers handed out last week.
Oh, I'll definitely be filling that out. There's so many ideas that I've had for our open space here in town.
Well, we still have a show to finish before you can do that. But before we go, we have a quick announcement that everyone should stay tuned for.
I'm so happy this was brought up. It's so important to raise awareness about injuries in sports as it can be overlooked.
I agree. Staying safe on the court is just as important as the game itself.
Exactly. Volleyball season's been over for me for a while now, but I'm still always thinking about staying cautious in my daily life.
That's true. I haven't even thought about it much until watching the PSA. I'll make it a priority from now on for sure.
I'm glad to hear that, Emma. Staying safe is something we can always improve on, whether it's in sports or just everyday activities.
That reminds me of one activity I heard of recently, the Tween Club. The club is holding its monthly meeting at the Holbrook Public Library on Saturday, January 18th from 12 to 1 p.m. Anyone ages 8 to 12 may attend. All supplies are provided.
That sounds like a great opportunity. I may be too old for it, but I love how the club allows kids to explore their creativity and show their talents.
It's a perfect space for kids to express themselves and discover their talents. I've seen some impressive projects come out of clubs like that.
Speaking of talented students, I heard that one student at HMHS won a first-time award for their amazing accomplishments. CBN reporter Lorelai Fraticelli took a deeper look.
DECA just had their most recent competition on January 6th and 7th. The event was tough, but our very own Nia Baker won an award for her first time going. She has officially become the first HMHS student to qualify for the Massachusetts DECA State competition.
Really? Dreads.
Wait, is one of them how you can spend your money?
Going into the competition, I was pretty nervous. Kept on thinking about like different scenarios or like facts. For me, I would say it was a bit of a culture shock because I'm used to seeing the same faces and not that many people.
You guys have to take your Chromebooks out.
So the first DECA competition this year was the District 1 competition. It took place at the Quincy Marriott Hotel. It featured 1,000 high school students from District 1.
For my first year, I wasn't really expecting anything. I was like, maybe it would be nice if I could get a little something. I was thinking I always have next year, and that's when I can actually shoot for getting something.
So Nia winning was awesome. This is our first HMHS student to win in the District 1 competition. This means she gets to move on through to states. She finished third in her track, which was Principles of Finance. And ultimately what that means is her cumulative score was third best among all people who did that particular track. So really, really impressive.
For me, what it means to win, it feels kind of like empowering because I wasn't really expecting much. I'm in Holbrook. A woman did it. Seeing that like the rest of the people in my category that won were men, it just felt nice.
Congratulations, Naya, on your big win. We hope to see much more success from DECA, but this has been Lorelai Fraticelli signing off for CBN.
Wow, it's extremely impressive how Naya was able to achieve an award like that one.
Right, I think it's great how she was the first person at HMHS to receive that achievement.
So many students at HMHS have been achieving amazing milestones in 2025 so far. They are really setting the bar high.
Speaking of achievements and important milestones, there are a couple of updates for everyone here at HMHS, especially for the upcoming events.
For the class of 2028, class dues must be paid to participate in the fun activities that the freshmen might do this year. A payment of $10 can be made by cash or check to either Mrs. Haskell in room C132 or Mrs. Morgan.
Another important thing for students, especially seniors, is senior portraits. They're on Wednesday, January 22nd and Thursday, January 23rd. Make an appointment with Mrs. Morgan for more information in the 2025 Google Classroom.
Really? I didn't even know senior portraits were coming up. I'm so glad you mentioned it.
I'm the same here. I didn't find out until this morning. I need to make sure to book my appointment.
Me too, so I think I'll join you. For Code Blue Now, I'm Carmen Sotlet.
And I'm Emma Tran, and we'll see you next Friday.